Hi guys, it's Kelly from Cards by Christine here with you on Monday, December 27th, I think, to do Paper Pumpkin Live with you. So let me get everything all set up, make sure that we are in fact live, and get going. So, how did everyone fare this holiday season? Christmas is behind us. I literally cannot believe it. Oh, here I am. All right. Hi, Sandy. Hello, Susan. Thank you so much for joining me. Got a lot of fun in store for you tonight. A lot of pun in store for you tonight. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you know what that's about. Tonight's kit is called Lots of Pun. So, oh, we're gonna just have a gay old time tonight. So, Christmas was magical. Hello, Debbie. For those of you that don't know, I have a 1.5 and 3.5 or so. My son turned... Whoa, that snuck up on me. Hello, Bonnie and Randy, Luann, and Donna. Thank you so much for joining and sharing. I'm so glad. Wow, we have 27 people live with us already. Hi, Barb. Hi, Melissa. Hello, Lauren. Or, excuse me, Laura. I'm so glad everyone is just like right on time tonight. Hi, Faye. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Karen and Jeannie. Hello, Kathy King. For those of you that don't know, I have 2 kiddos. I have 2 little boys. Hello, Holly. Zach is going to be 4 at the end of January, and Jacob is going to be 2 in April. So, as you can imagine, hello, Cindy, Sonia, Penny, Patricia, Helen. Thank you guys so much for joining and sharing. Hello, Jolene. Christmas was a blast. I'm telling you, those ages are just the best for Christmas and the magic of Christmas. So we had lots of fun. The kids just really were awesome. So how was everyone else's Christmas and holiday and time off? I really hope everyone is enjoying, hopefully, some extended time. Hello, Kathy Jackson, with their family, and maybe some time to relax. Hi, Barbara and Faye. Thank you for joining. Hi, Anne. I have had some time off of work last week, and I've got some time off of work coming up this week as well that I'm very much looking forward to. A little bit of a reset. Worked today in the office. Today was a long day. I had to take the car to get an oil change, and then I had to work all day, and then I came here and prepped for a Technique Thursday and prepped for tonight. And then I'm here until about 7:30 or 8, and then I'm home. So I haven't seen my boys all day. Granted, I got a lot of time with them last week, but I'm sure they'll be anxious to see me when I get home. So thanks for joining, Karen and Barbara, Sherry. Thank you so much for sharing. So yeah, we almost have 50 people on already. So everyone is like rolling in already. Tonight's Paper Pumpkin is Lots of Pun. You can see the stack behind me. I just grabbed Chris's off the pile. We also have one of those accounted for, and that means there are 3 left. So if you love the kit, once we open it and share what the goodness is, or if you love the stamp set, or if you love the alternative, and really want to get in on the action, those are $24 plus shipping and handling, unless you are local and would like porch pickup. Hello, Debbie. My great-grandnephew is 4 and his sister is 2. Okay. Feeling ya. Those are like those ages exactly. My nephew is perfect this year. Yes, pretty perfect age. My niece, not so much yet. She wouldn't open anything. So, that's funny you should say. I remember when Zach was younger, he really didn't get into the, like, tearing of the paper and stuff like that, but I really think this year Jake, really picked up on Zach and kind of was wanting to be just like his brother. So he got into tearing open all the packages and the fun and excitement, and he is in such a fun stage right now. I'm like trying to enjoy it as much as I can. He he really is in a wow stage. Like everything is like exciting and awesome for him. It is so fun. He just seriously says wow several times an hour. It's so cool. Hi, Lisa Nealand. Hello, Mary and Laura. Yeah, so Laura, I don't know if this is what your comment is about or not, but this kit. Oh, man. The imagery. Well, let's start opening it. And then if you do or do not have an idea of what we're dealing with, you guys will get an idea of what the December Paper Pumpkin Kit is all about. Thanks for sharing, Sandy. I appreciate it. Everyone wants to join me on Paper Pumpkin Night. Sorry, I'm trying to find the scissors holder. All right, so based on the sneak peeks, I didn't know what to expect from this kit. It is called Lots of Pun. And after a couple really beautiful Christmas, oh, lordy dordy, couple really beautiful Christmas kits, they really took a hard turn on what we were getting for Paper Pumpkin. Hugs and Kisses are on their way. So this is a preview of the next kit. I'm loving the gold foil and the color scheme we've got going on here. It says, Valentine's Day will be here before Cupid has a chance to use his bow. Thankfully, we have a perfect card making kit for the occasion. The Kisses and Hugs Paper Pumpkin Kit. With hugs and hearts, kisses and cards, a sweet stamp set, and more, you'll be prepared for pink and red projects and anniversaries, weddings, and other celebrations of love. Plus, next month's kit includes an adorable add-on option you won't want to miss. So you can see a little preview here of an X and an O stamp. And then, like it kind of pointed out, the pinks and the beautiful gold and even some vellum here. So I'm excited to see what this kit includes. In the past, they've done a lot of treat type boxes for the Valentine's Day kit. And this time they switched it up and they're doing cards with an optional $10 add-on for the treat boxes. So I'm really glad they did that. Hi, Gwen. Thank you for joining. I'm glad they did that because I'm not usually all about the treat boxes and stuff like that. I do really like the cards, so I like the strategy that they're trying out. So subscribe by January 10th if you would like to get in on this next kit. But what we've got for you today for the December kit is all right, so lots of pun paper pumpkin. I feel like I've said that a lot so far, so sorry if you got it. We're doing lots of fun. Let's go ahead and open and show off the goodies. So this month's color spot is Early Espresso. Fun fact, hi Deb, thanks for joining. I just hit the funny bone in my knee. That is unfortunate. Fun fact about Paper Pumpkin, every month you get a Stampin' Spot, and they rotate their Stampin' Spots so that in a 1-year time frame, you are guaranteed not to get a duplicate. So that's really cool. If you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can build up your collection of stamp colors just by subscribing to Paper Pumpkin. So I love that. This month's color is Early Espresso. So when I do Paper Pumpkin, I always just put my spot aside and use my normal stamp pad because it's just easier to stamp with. The spots are a knit cloth pad, whereas the stamp pads that Stampin' Up! Sells are foam. So they're just easier and more convenient to stamp with. So I always use these. Hi, Julie. Thank you so much for joining. Then you also always get an exclusive stamp set. So I didn't even show this off yet. These are the cards that we're going to be making tonight. They are based around cartoony food-based imagery and punny sentences and sentiments to go along with it. So, it's not a miss for me, but it's also not necessarily all that much of a hit. But you know what? I was excited about some of the stamps, so that's a good thing too. So here is the set of stamps. We've got a heart, a speech bubble, a piece of toast, eggs, a party hat, a banana, a beautiful like stippling background stamp. I always love those stamps. Then you've got cherries and the word hi, 3 various facials, eyes and mouths, a pair of glasses, a mustache, and then here are our puns. So you are cherry sweet, and I'm sorry, that's the pits. I pick you, thanks a bunch, peel better soon, celebrate, go bananas, let's grow mold together, a toast to your success, you tell the best yolks, have an excellent day, excited for you, and I loaf you. So that's a preview of what the stamps are. What do you guys think of the stamps? And I guess, what do you think of the set in general? I'm very curious. I'm curious to see if it's a hit with the audience or not so much. So drop a comment or some emojis to let me know how you're feeling about this set as we unpack. So we've got beautiful envelopes. I love the corresponding envelopes. So we've got these, those, and those right there. So I love them. Cute and corny, Holly. You are correct. You hit that one right on the nose. Then we've got these card bases. So I love the watercolor look here. And the thing that I think is pretty cool about these card bases is they printed a mat on for you. So you've got a pre-matted sheet. Pretty cool. Deanne says cute. Kathy says not so much. So I was expecting that. Luann skipped the kit. Yep, I was expecting that too. I thought about skipping, but I like to have a kit of my own to play with. After I've done this, sometimes I get inspired by the alternatives, and sometimes I get inspired by the cards after I've seen or worked with them myself. So here's some more of the die cut pieces, and then here again we've got a watercolor wash and the pre-matted. So then we've got some like epoxy elements, some dimensionals, and some twine. And then we've got our instructions. So this month's kit focuses on pool party, poppy parade, early espresso, daffodil delight, crumb cake, and granny apple green. So, and then here we've got some of their alternatives that they put forward, and information on where you can go find more alternative ideas and a how-to video if you're not so pleased with how I did it. All right, so Jolene says she loves the puns. Sherry Martin says not so much. Correct, Kathy. I totally agree with that. A lot of times my thoughts about Paper Pumpkin and or all of the sets that Stampin' Up! Does, you know, I always have the like, I need that, or that's going on my first order type of sets. But then there's so many that it just takes one beautiful card or one idea that I didn't think of, that I cased from someone else, and I'm sold on it. So that's why watching these videos is sometimes really helpful in kind of jump-starting my creativity. Denise says, cute stamps in the Paper Pumpkin kit. I do. It was the stamps really that kind of set me over. Let's see if I can get a better image of this for you. It's always hard to see the stamps. So Stacy, here are the stamps in what you say is a really cute kit. I agree. It's growing on me. We'll see. I haven't put together any of the cards yet. I like to do that live. So, good evening, Jewel. Thank you so much for joining us. I do just have one alternative for tonight. A bunch of different ideas rolled around in my head, but I did only come up with one idea that I put together and prepped for tonight. So we'll see. Maybe I get inspired, and maybe some of you guys get inspired to make and share some of your own alternative ideas. So with that, we are going to jump right in to starting our first card, which is the cherry card. So the cherries are really what got me going on enjoying the kit off the bat. So my family really likes going to Door County, Wisconsin, which is, so if Wisconsin looks like this, and for those of you that aren't Wisconsinites, it kind of, for the most part, does. You could get a Michiganer to feel as though we're stealing their glove analogy, but this is basically Wisconsin. We live about here, which is at the base of Lake Winnebago, which is a very large inland lake. But Door County is this whole peninsula. It's the county that this peninsula is. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful part of our state. And we have a very dear family friend that my grandma actually met down in the trailer park in Florida where they would winter. And she's 95 years old maybe. She's just the sweetest lady. And she lives in Door County, so we go and visit her every year. And Door County is very much a very good region in the United States to grow cherries. So there are cherry orchards all over the peninsula, and cherries really are the name of the game up there. So I don't personally love cherries as like to eat, but I love cherries because they remind me of one of my favorite people in one of my favorite places. So I'm just going to kind of start punching out. Oh, the Door County area is beautiful. Haha, Deanna, are you from Michigan? Am I stealing your mitten? It does, like, as a Wisconsinite, I see this more as Wisconsin. However, I can see how you could take it as Michigan as well. So we can share. All right, so it looks like I need the pool party strip, the die cut circle scalloped edge, and then we also have lots of pieces to this kit. Holy shnikes. All right, so we're going to punch out. Yes, Deanne is from Michigan. Sorry, I probably knew that at one point in time, but my memory is just surely not so great. My husband would absolutely attest to that. He's got a memory, like he don't forget anything, and I feel bad because I can never remember anything. So maybe that's okay. I don't know. Thanks for joining, Melanie. And yes, Kathy, as a Wisconsinite, you definitely, I would advise, you definitely want to get there. Didn't buy this paper pumpkin, but it sure is cute. I'm glad you said that because, well, first of all, if you get inspired and would like to buy one, Chris does have some available, but also I'm just very curious as to how everyone, or what everyone feels about this kit. So definitely, as you're all rolling in, let me know what you think. All right, so I think I have all my pieces around. I am loving these card bases. I love, love, love that they have the already printed mat and the watercolor elements already on them. So cool. Okay, so let's start with, I forgot my block. So the first time you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, you get a block with your kit. Now, where did I put my stamps? Oh my goodness, right in front of me. You get the D block. You are guaranteed that every stamp that comes in a Paper Pumpkin stamp set will fit on your D block. Now, the Paper Pumpkin D block does not have the beautiful rounded edges, so I always use my own D block from the catalog, but you will get your block and your spots so that no matter whether you are a brand new stamper and have zero supplies or have zero interest in getting supplies, or, and my head's going to come in the frame here, or you are a seasoned veteran with plenty of supplies, you'll have everything you need to make the kit. Thanks for joining, Janie. Yeah, Laura, I wasn't the biggest fan at first either, so maybe it'll grow on you, or maybe it's just not your thing. You know, in the course of a year, I know last year, or maybe it was the year before already, Stampin' Up! Sent out a, like, I don't know, survey about what you thought of each. If you were a subscriber, they asked you what you thought of each of the kits. And in the end, after going through the survey, I think I liked or thought the kit was fine, or loved. Usually there are about 3 or 4 that I love in a year. But really, there were only like 2 of the 12 that just really didn't hit my fancy. And in most cases, by the time I came up with an alternative idea on what to do with the pieces, I wasn't disappointed in the end. So this is definitely not my favorite, but I'm coming up. The wheels are turning. Let's just leave it at that. Interesting, Deanne. Yeah, I think Chris got, I actually have mine always sent to Chris's place because I come here definitely often enough. She got hers about a week ago. So yeah, I would think, I know postage is not running, you know, it's the holidays, not definitely running, no pressure, Kat. I, hope to not disappoint with my alternative. Yeah, postage is, you know, running its holiday course. But yeah, I'm glad they're going to be sending you a new one. So, stamping. Oh, I forgot to stamp the faces. So I'm going to take this one a little bit of a different way than they did. They put the sad faces on and said, I'm sorry, that's the pits. I personally don't anticipate sending something of that sort. So I'm going to put little smiley faces on my cherries, and I'm going to say, you are cherry sweet. You received yours last Friday, so we are at Monday. So yeah, maybe it's still on its way, but I'm glad that they're sending you one either way. All right, so this smiley face is like so tiny, but I guess when you look at it, the cherries themselves are pretty tiny too. So I'm gonna put a little smiley face on both of the cherries. Now, if you were using these cherries not for the kit or for an alternative, you may not want to use the little smiley faces. It definitely puts the cartoony kitty feel on it. The cherries with the watercolor look are absolutely beautiful, and it appears as though they gave a bunch of extras. So I definitely am going to be using the extras as alternatives. All right, so for step number 2, now that we've got the stamping done, we're going to be bringing in our dimensionals and sticking on some pieces. We're getting right down to business. Where did I put my dimensionals? All righty. Kathy, don't cut yourself short. I have seen some beautiful things made at your fingertips, but I definitely agree. Sometimes alternatives can be really difficult. I have noticed that when I'm thinking about alternatives, that I tend to lean towards utilizing the envelopes. If you've ever watched in any of my paper pumpkins in the past, I'm not huge on coordinating envelopes. It's not that I don't like them. I love them. But to me, it's wasteful because the envelope almost always, in every case, ends up in the garbage. So I just want to see those beautiful pieces get used for something else. So utilizing the diagram, we are putting dimensionals in the 4 corners on the inverted scalloped piece. I don't know if that's like a thing or not. And then 2 dimensionals on our cherries. And I think what I'm going to do is 1 behind each cherry and then cut a corner piece and put it on the leaf. Because I feel as though the dimensional for the leaf is maybe a little bit too big. So, all right, so then we are going to center this over the watercolor splotch as straight as we can do it. And then we're going to put our cherries, haha, didn't peel the backs off yet, in the middle. Oh, these cherries are so cute. I'm so glad I didn't make them sad. So, yeah, Kathy, you are doing so many great things with your stamping, so don't ever think that you aren't. Man alive here. I'm trying to figure out exactly what they did. Let's see here. Okay, so we've got vellum. Oh, maybe that's a piece of vellum. Yeah, I think that is. Okay, so I forgot to punch out this piece of vellum here. So the sentiment strip. I mean, I'm really glad that these stamps are photopolymer because, to be honest with you, stamping onto the cherry, it is kind of a little difficult to get it to line up perfectly. And then stamping the sentiment on this strip that is like very much the size of the sentiment. It is nice that you can see through your stamps and get your image pretty well exactly where you want it. All right, so we're going to be using mini glue dots here. I'm going to be putting 3 in the middle of the strip of vellum. And then peel that off. So on Kathy's point, however, there are a bunch of great paper pumpkin groups out there, and I usually do end up going out to them to get ideas because I tell you, I can copy and create and share with the best of them, but sometimes my unique creativity isn't what everyone else's is. So I really love getting inspired by other people and their brilliant ideas. Like, there are people out there that are so creative. All right, so we're going to I'm going to trim just a hair off of the edges here. Oh my goodness, I got that a little too down. Just a teeny tiny little bit. Okay. Then I am going to center it onto my piece of vellum with a little bit of red peeking out the bottom. Then it shows you, just going to try to make sure that I get it stuck to them glue dots. Then it shows you using 3 more dimensionals on the back. Man, and I feel like these dimensionals are a little big. So if you have your own supplies, so vellum is see-through naturally, and you can see through vellum. So I'm afraid I'm going to see my, oopsies, dimensionals through the back of this vellum. So I'm going to grab out my own mini dimensionals. These are not included with the kit, so if you do not have your own supplies, you absolutely can either use the dimensionals included or just use glue dots or any form of adhesive to stick that down. Okay, so put the dimensionals on, and then this little piece gets centered right beneath the cherries. Okay, so now their card said, "I'm sorry, that's the pits," with super cranky, sad little cherries. And the card I just made has happy little cherries, and it says, "Your cherry sweet," which I love just so much more. Oh, it's the little things in life. But we're not done. I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to make myself a mini bow. So grab out your twine, and along the edge of your instruction sheet is this handy dandy reference. and you can measure out 6 inches of your twine to make your baby bow. And then Chris has a little bow maker for all you stamping people out there who maybe struggle with bows. The bow maker is where it's at. It took me a long time before I started stamping regularly, when I was in college or high school and didn't commit the time to stamping all the time, and just stamped here and there every once in a while. I had to look up a video every time I wanted to use it because I just couldn't remember. Well, finally I started using it enough that I knew how to use it. And if you still aren't completely confident in your bow maker skills, there is a tip video out there on Chris's Facebook page that you can watch that helps you with your bow maker. All right, so we made a baby bow. And we're going to take the pick tool. So I have extremely healthy, long fingernails, but sometimes that's like worse when you're trying to use little itty bitty dimensionals and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna throw a dimensional down there and put the bow on the stem of our happy little cherry guys. You know what? I feel like, okay. Just checking to make sure everything's still going well. And then last but certainly not least, I love that they include embellishments because not only do they coordinate, but the thing that is the most helpful for me, I feel like I suck at random. And on their diagram of their cards, they show you where they put the dimensionals and embellishments and all that good stuff. So it's just great for people like me who either struggle with placement of embellishments or question their own placement of their embellishments, because it's right there in front of you and it's like the easiest thing ever. I just love Paper Pumpkin oh so much, even when the kits aren't my super duper favorite. All right. Chris has beautiful nails too. You are right. I don't do anything with my nails. I don't paint them. I don't manicure them or anything like that. But I do love them. I just let them be until they break or until they get too long that I really can't deal with them. That's where some of these are at. Then I'll cut them. But there you go. This is card number 1, which I'm guessing goes with, let me get my envelopes. This fun and cheery envelope right here. Oh, I love it so much. This is probably going to be my favorite because, like I said, I love cherries. So here we go. Thing number 1. Moving on now to the banana card. Oh my goodness, you guys, I have stuff everywhere. Very cute. See, I think that one's going to be my favorite, although looking ahead, yeah, so the last one I don't like. Just gonna put it out there. Maybe I'll change my mind once I get to it, but the toast one, not really my favorite. But the next one is the bananas. So we'll see what we think of that one. So let's grab the next card base. I love this card base as well. I think of the card bases, this is my favorite. So I'm gonna maybe be leaning towards this one, even though it doesn't have my cute little cherries on it. All right, so let's fold our card base, bring in our bone folder to get a nice crisp fold there. All right, then we've got our banana. So, wait. Of course, I'm going to get a tickle now. Sorry. Oh my goodness, I did it. I thought I had my volume off. Don't know if you got my little buzz. My friends are Snapchatting me. Okay, so we've got hello. We've got a sentiment strip. We've got these crazy brown and white stripes. These are pretty intense. You know what, Kathy? I'm going to answer this even though I'm not positive 100% that I know the right answer, but it is because bone folders are made out of bone. Hi, Carolee. Thank you so much for joining. Bone folders. Now, I don't know if all of them are, but bone folders are made out of bone, and that's why they are so strong and sturdy, and that is where they get their name. And anyone who has a better answer or knows more about bone folders, feel free to chime in and help me out, because I feel like I heard that a long time ago. Oh my God, I might need to go get some water. I forgot my water bottle at work today. So, I'm going to have to grab one from the fridge. Hello, Diane and Arliss. Thanks for sharing. All right, so then we need one circle. I wonder if it's the bigger one or the smaller one. Looks like the smaller one. Okay, and then one of these. So I think I've got all my pieces now. There are a lot of pieces to this kit. Holy shnikes. Man. So, my son got me sick probably a month ago already, and this is his first year in school, and he's never been in daycare, so he's getting exposed to germs that his little body has never been exposed to. Hello, Sandy. So, and naturally, he brings that home. I got sick and I got better, but I never could get rid of the cough, and it is so stubborn and annoying, but I guess I'm just glad that I'm not feeling under the weather anymore. And I guess for that, I should be thankful. Okay. Now, next we have the banana. And with the banana, we've got the wide smiley and the glasses. I guess I'll do the glasses. They're not totally my style. Hello, Christine from Australia. Thank you so much for joining. They're not totally my style, even though they're totally my style. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess maybe the only thing I'm trying to say is the fact that, I don't know, this whole kit is just growing on me. I don't know. So, let's go ahead and stamp the outline to our banana. Bringing my head in for you, checking if there's any grays. Photopolymer, what can I say? You cannot get much better than that placement right there. Love it. Okay, then let's clean off. Hi, Kay. Thank you so much for joining. Throw some eyes on this guy. Let's see here. Banana goes kind of like that. Man, I wonder if I'm going to get these glasses to fit. Getting a lot of stamping in a small little area here. Hi, Doris. Thanks for joining. Okay, here comes my head again, guys. All right. So, there's my nanner. It looks like his smile is wearing its glasses. So, there's that. But, what do you think? I don't think I am going to use the glasses for these guys anymore. I wasn't sold on it in the first place, but I figured, you know what? Let's just use them. I don't know, is the mustache Yeah, the mustache is used on the toast. That's really gonna stretch my thinking. I never got into the mustache craze when mustaches were all the rage and everyone was using them. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Kay. I did my best, even though I just don't feel like there was enough room. That smiley face is, like, on the glasses, but that's okay. All right, so there's our Nana. Oh, and then we're doing more stamping. All right, so for with the banana, we've got I Pick You, which could go for the cherries or the banana. Thanks a bunch. Peel better soon. Celebrate. Go bananas. Okay, so those are the ones that we've got for the banana. And it's with a hello. They did peel better soon. I don't really send out get well cards. So I might do thanks a bunch. So I do think you get the supplies to make three of each of these cards. And based on what I'm seeing here, you get two, like double of what you need of all of these, or maybe even more. So I feel like, you know, I'm saying thanks a bunch, but I'm only putting one banana on it. I feel like you have the creative freedom to use some additional and could put a couple of bananas if you're going to do thanks a bunch. I don't know that I'm going to make a bunch of bananas, but just a thought. Oh, this is maybe just a little crooked. Ah, not too bad. I'm telling you, there is not much give room on this one. Alrighty. Now, let's put the stamp back. And then we also need this stippling stamp to add to the background. So this is a horizontal card, and they are saying to add some down here and up here. Boom. Makes a world of difference, doesn't it? This makes a pretty good case for why early espresso is like a staple color in our stamp family. You can use it for a whole lot of things. All right, stamping done. What do we got next? Lots of adhesive, holy shnikes. Okay, so let's bring our pieces together. Flip them all over. Where'd my banana friend go? Ha! I love it, Kathy. Put the stippling on the banana to make it look like an overripe banana. That is hilarious. I love it. Alrighty, so we need glue dots for all of the long and skinny pieces. One on each end. I've already used a lot of glue dots with this kit. Okay. Yeah. Bananas always get overripe in our house. My youngest son, loves bananas, but doesn't really eat them that often. And when he does eat them, he doesn't eat the whole banana. But whatever. I mean, some is better than none. But they sit on our counter and go bad because I don't know. This maybe sounds so silly because I think it's silly when I think it. I usually don't like to eat fresh produce because I want my kids to eat it. And if I'm eating it, then we run out and then I gotta go to the store more often. And, see, that's why I'm using the wrong size glue dots. I think the small glue dots came with the kit, and at some point I grabbed the big glue dots, but whatever. So I usually let the strawberries and bananas and stuff for the kiddos. And yeah, I probably should eat more produce though. We just got oranges from the local FFA fundraiser. Every stinking year, these oranges are the best oranges I have ever had. So it shows here that you're going to use partial dimensionals on the back of this hello. So grab your glue scissors or a scissors that you don't so much care about if they get sticky, and cut up some of your dimensionals to facilitate that. Banana bread. I know. I love banana bread, and it is the best use for overripe bananas, but I just don't make the time to do that, and I do need to get back into that habit because I did that for a while, and I loved it. Carolee, that is what I needed to hear, because I always look at the strawberries, and I'm like, man, they look so good, but I just don't do it because I missed a layer. Because I just don't want to go to the store all that often. We live kind of out in the boonies, and just going to the store and coordinating someone to watch the kids always seems like a little bit extra. But you are so right. Hello, Susan. You're missing out on Chris tonight. You've got me, Miss Kelly. Chris actually has family Christmas tonight. And so I'm her substitute teacher today. All right, so we've got 4 glue dots on the back of this guy. And I'm going to stick with the big glue dots for this because look at that jumbo piece. And look at this, like, huge pile of stack we're making. Oopsies, oopsies, oopsies. 4 loaves of banana bread. Can I have some, Diane? All right. Yeah, Kat, I hear ya. What I've found over the whole pandemic is that I really enjoy tuning into watching like card making videos and classes. Obviously I am local to Chris and I am here all the time. But I really like the camaraderie, and I really also enjoy the opportunity to just kind of sit back and relax and tune in to participate, but not necessarily actually make the cards. But I have got my mom hooked on that. She enjoys crafting along when she gets a card kit. I did that for, oh man, I feel like it was maybe Mother's Day. I got her a card kit to make with Chris, and I don't know, I feel like I got a couple. I can't remember what they were all for. All right, so now I think I have all of that done. Now, let's start layering. Where's my card base? Okay, make sure your card is facing the right way. That's the important thing, number 1. And then your brown banner goes right through the middle, keeping it as level as possible. Sometimes easier said than done. Then the next layer would be our, great suggestion, Julie. I do think that sounds like something up my alley, would be freezing the bananas and coming back to it. All right, so then we've got our vellum circle. You know, it looks like they kind of assembled this whole piece together at once and then put it on the card, but I'm gonna kind of build it up from the bottom just in front of you. So I don't know which one's better, but that's the way I'm doing it. All right. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that you're coming to the winter retreat, Diane. I'm very, very much looking forward to that. I just talked to Chris before we went live about needing to kind of sit down and figure out our schedule for that, because it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm going to be coming part of every day to take pictures and do some of that stuff. Hi, Veronica. Thanks for joining. So I just need to figure out when I need to figure out when I need to be where so that I can coordinate my kiddos. Mom, if you're watching, you're going to be on call for the whole weekend. Oh, pancakes. My son loves pancakes. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that your friend had a house fire. 3 to 6 weeks. Oh my goodness, that is awful. Prayers to them. Hopefully they can get through this. What a horrible time for that. All right, so not exactly like they had it, but I kind of think I want to see some more of that. Let's see here. Maybe I'm going to put it down a little bit. Need to play around a little bit with the banana placing here. Oh, there, maybe there. Something like that. Either way, it looks good. Then we need to go ahead. Hi, Lisa. I'm glad you're excited about watching a kit come together. So the first 2 cards I like more in person after seeing and touching them than I did just seeing them, you know, in the box. Linda, and you will be at the retreat on Thursday. Awesome. Well, I will be there too. I don't know exactly when or what my plans are going to be. I do know I have to work that Thursday, but I will stop by at some point in time. Want to take some pictures and get some of the stuff off to a good start. Alrighty, so we've got our little bow now. And then we're going to put that right at the corner here. This twine is so thin, but I love it. I love twine. I think it's a great accent to cards, especially cards like this where there's a lot of layers and a lot of things going on already. It's just kind of like that perfect little finishing touch. Okay, and then I'm going to trim the tails here. Carolee, I made that look easy. I hope so. Paper pumpkin makes it easy. I'm telling you, it's my favorite. Okay, so now we've got 5 more dimensionals, or not dimensionals, excuse me, embellishments. Oh, here we go. I'm telling you, my nails are too long. Yes, Frankie, it is a bow maker. I anticipate the next card is going to have a bow as well, so if you stay tuned, I can kind of show it off a little more. It is one of the best investments you can make if you use a lot of ribbon or make a lot of bows. I love it. It's relatively inexpensive. I'm not going to speak for Chris because I don't know off the top of my head, but I feel like it's $5. Could be wrong on that. And she usually has them available for sale. So if you're interested, definitely message her and she can hook you up with one. But they are great. I use a lot more bows on my cards since having one. So we just put our 5 embellishments around and I love this one. I love it so much. Again, Peel Better Soon didn't really appeal to me. Ha ha ha. But thanks a bunch. I use a lot of thank you cards. So I love this. I love the Daffodil Delight, especially on these embellishments. So that's pretty cool. Let's get it with its coordinating envelope, I'd say would be this one. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so we've got 2 done. And we're moving on to, oh, I think they're $7 now. That could be, I have not purchased a bow maker in a long time. And I haven't even gotten my mom one. She's like, oh, I can do without. But I really should. She's been getting a lot into card making recently. She does a lot of work for Chris on the side, helping out with making some things for her and die cutting and stuff like that. So she's gotten herself a pretty nice setup now. The banana card turned out adorable. I agree. I honestly think I like it better than the cherry one. So here's what we got so far. You are cherry sweet, but I wish this had more of a watercolor effect, like more maybe up here and down here. To be honest with you, I think what I'm going to do is grab Pool Party. Woo! Yeah, you're right. I think she doesn't have the exact same style as before, so that might be where maybe she's getting them made from someone else, but speaking of which, I think what I'm going to do is take my Pool Party ink here and grab my Stella and put a little bit, oh, Stella. All right, where are we putting Stella on this card? I wish I would have done it over the watercolor background, so maybe I'm not. This one's got a lot going on already. Frankie, you can reach Chris. Her email address is down here, chrismbertram@msn.com. Or you can send her a message either to Christine Bertram or Cards by Christine to get you set up with one of them. If you have any packages of card kits or cards heading your way, or any Stampin' Up! Supplies heading your way, she can include it with that. Otherwise, she can just send you one in the mail. And like I said, I think maybe there's not any ribbon on this next one, but if you stick around for the alternative card, these glue dots are not easy to use. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, but she can definitely get you set up with one. So I'm going to try to spread a little bit of watercolor on the background here. To me, the background's a little bit too stark white. So I'm going to put down some of the ink and some of the Stella. And then I'm going to switch to my water painter. Where did I put that thing? It's back here. And spread some of that around because, I don't know, there's watercolor wash behind the cherries. Sorry, I'm like working backwards. But you just don't see it very well. And I don't know, this card could use just a little oomph in my eyes. So let's get some. Sorry for the random sidestep. What is Stella? Ooh, Jamie, thank you for asking. Stella is a controlled glitter pen. And as I get this done, I will show it off. So this is not turning out as beautiful as I was hoping, but as it dries, hopefully it looks nice. Usually you want to do watercolor on a watercolor sheet of watercolor paper, but this obviously is just on cardstock, so it didn't spread the best, but I do like the little bit of watercolory effect that it gave and the Stella on the background. So if you can see here, let's see if I can get that in the light. We hopefully pick up on some of that glitter. Wow, we're really not seeing it. So, Wink of Stella is the actual product name. It has a bristle end, and in this chamber is a glitter alcohol substance that when you press on the barrel, it comes down into the chamber and then disperses through the brush tip and adds a beautiful glitter to your projects. So I like it better with your watercolor. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Carolee. I'm hoping that it dries a little better. We'll kind of check back in on this as it dries. But, yeah, so Stella is a great way to add some glitter and kind of dimension to your cards. So I am a huge fan. All right. Last, but certainly not least, we have this card, which is like totally not my thing. So honestly, I should have come up with an alternative for this card because it's just not fitting my fancies. But that is okay. We will make the best of it. Go ahead, grab your card base. You're right. Stella glitter is the best controlled glitter. You can believe the advertisement when I tell you that it is a controlled glitter. It is not going to get everywhere. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys are hearing that buzzing or not, but guys, I am usually not popular, and I guess my phone is set to default on vibrate, or to vibrate on silent, because we're getting obnoxious over here. Read the puns again, please. I absolutely would love to. So I'll start with the ones that we're using right now, which includes let's grow mold together. I loaf you and you tell the best yolks. So those are pertaining to our bread and our egg. There are a couple other sentiments that pertain to the egg. So let me just, okay, so we got that and that, and then we need this one. Okay. We also have excited for you and have an excellent day. So the egg and toast ones are let's grow mold together, a toast to your success, you tell the best yolks, have an excellent day, excited for you, and I loaf you. For the banana, we have celebrate, go bananas, peel better soon, thanks a bunch, and I pick you. The I pick you also could go for the cherries, which also have you are cherry sweet, and I'm sorry, that's the pits. Hello, Chris. How is Christmas? You joined just in time for the card that I have been telling our friends that I'm not the most excited about. But we're going to do it. We're going to see how it turns out. Just started with the stamping. All right, so now we need let's grow mold together. So the first time I read that, I didn't like it. I still don't love it. What if you did thanks a bunch and had a pic of each fruit and food? That's a good idea, Kathy. I really don't know. I mean, I think I'm just going to do this one as shown because I don't know. It's just what it is. Oh, as your alternative card. Yeah, so I do have an alternative in mind, but that would be a great idea as well. I kind of thought about doing like a fruit salad. Oh, stayed off the phone as much as possible. I appreciate that. Sometimes you really need to check yourself out. I did that one day last week. I don't know. I think I lost my phone, to be honest with you. I do that from time to time. I had no clue where it was, and then when I found it, I was missing all sorts of texts and messages, but it was okay. Nothing was earth-shatteringly important, so that works. Okay, so you tell the best yolks. Goes on this one. Okay. So these are all different speech bubbles that come off of the silly little critters. Okay, I loaf you is next. from our bread guy. Okay. And then let's grow mold together. I don't know. I just don't like how that one sounds. I mean, I get it. Let's grow old together. That's fine. But, I don't know. Mold just makes me, just sends the shivers down my spine. Alrighty. So, then we need to stamp up our little friends. So we need the toast. We need the smiley face. And the mustache. I mean, we're going all out. If we're going to commit to it, we're going to commit to it, right? And then we've got the egg, the smaller smiley face, and the stippling. I don't know, is that what it's called? I keep calling it stippling, but I'm not positive. And every time I say it, I'm like, yep, let's just go with it. Oh, not a problem, Susan. Hello, hello. All right, so we've got our toast. I am a 3 for 3, and now I say that, and I've got the egg to go, and I'm just going to mess it all up. Not into the let's grow mold together. I'm telling you. I get it. I feel ya. All right, so then we're going to do the wide smiley face and the mustache. Okay, so smiley goes high. Okay. This is a lot of little stamps. All right, Mr. Mustache is going to cover up his smiley, but not his eyeballs. I'm going to try to do that again because that was not very dark. Oh, good deed. All right, then we're moving on to the egg, which we're going to have to place quite perfectly here. Oh, it's kind of nice. So there's one really excessive curve that really helps to place what way the egg goes together. All right, then with this one, we've got the tighter smile. Oh, that's a cute little egg. I love it. And last but certainly not least, we've got the 2 stamps of stippling. Hi, Angela. Thank you for joining. On to our card base. So, top left and bottom right. All right, now we're going to take a little break for putting all like 10 of these stamps back. Okay, so we've got toast and eggs. Got the little smiley and the wide smiley, mustache, stippling, and our 2 sentiments. Hi, Angela. You're welcome. I don't know if you're thanking me for just being here. I'm happy to be here. Now, ironically, the one stamp I can't find right now is the one that I am not the biggest fan of. So, I'm telling you, I'm not trying to sabotage the Let's Grow Mold together, but right now I'm not finding it. So, we're going to set this aside and hope that she turns up. All right, next, we've got the big vellum circle. we've got 3 glue dots. Roughly placed here. Here. So while I'm putting this bad boy together, I have a question for you. Did anyone get stamping goodies for Christmas? I did not. Did I? I don't think I did. I haven't done Christmas with my mom, so I don't know. She's my stamping buddy. All right, and then a dimensional behind each of the cartoonies. All right, then, ooh, I need one more piece. Got this one. Brown scallops. Ooh, Julie got Stampin' Supplies. Lucky, lucky Julie. She must have been a very good girl. All right, so we're putting down our circle. Kathy got Stampin' Goodies, or a Stampin' Goodie. That's good. I like to hear that. All right, now I need... Oh, part of your Christmas present is attending the Creative Escape. That is one of the best Christmas presents ever. I am so looking forward to it. I'm so looking forward to seeing all of you and getting an escape, a little bit of time away to do something that I enjoy myself. And especially for you, you get a little bit of a vacation out of it too. Gift certificates to Cards by Christine. I like to hear that, Julie. You know, a couple of years ago, I used to think that I didn't like gift certificates. I just, I don't know, I thought they were impersonal. Like they took the easy way out. And I totally have taken a 180 on that, and I love getting gift certificates now because it gives me the opportunity to, it's not about like picking the stuff out or shopping that makes it, and that's I guess what I maybe used to think it was about, but it's about the opportunity to spend the time to go and pick something out myself. I don't know. I changed my mind, okay? I like gift cards now. I think what I like is going to the cash register and not actually having to spend money. A glass mat for your tabletop. That sounds awesome. All right, so now let's set down our egg. Oh, you know what? Didn't really stamp the smiley face on the egg in the exact right location. It's a little crooked. Well, not crooked, but just not where they show on their little sample. All right, I Loaf You is put on with glue dots, so that one would go first. He is being spoken from the perspective of the toast. So put him down there. And then the ever favorite, Let's Grow Mold Together. Getting the general consensus that we're just not a huge fan of that. Thanks for the support. Oops, let's not make it crooked. Okay, and then we've got You Tell the Best Yolks and the little scallopy. All right, let's get, I don't know, there-ish. This card is going to have to be for someone extra special. based on these sentiments, I don't even really know what type of event this card is for. Okay, so let's put down the scallopy. My Christmas and birthday presents are all Christine's classes for a year. I love it. I love it. That is the gift that keeps on giving. All right, so then we're going to put down a big heart. I really like these embellishments. All of them, not just the hearts. A little heart. And another little heart. Oh no, I got... Didn't actually get the first heart to stick down. See, that's where my nails don't work the best sometimes. Okay, one goes there. One, that's upside down. Goes, wah! Oh my gosh, guys. I'm struggling. Now it's stuck to my finger. All right. Wherever this guy ends up, I hope he's happy. There must be something sticky on the top of it because it's like sticking to my finger. You guys, you are watching the struggle bus pull out of the station right in front of your eyes. Whoa. Okay, so I thought she was down. I'm like getting the feeling that there's not actually adhesive on there, or it's just not sticking. So, I'm just gonna use something with... Okay, she's down. Don't touch it. All right, there we go. We did it. Does anyone want to tell me that this card has grown on them? There she is. Maybe this, yeah, no, I would say this is the right envelope. I guess the envelopes could definitely be interchangeable. Maybe this one goes with this envelope. I don't know. You could do whatever you want. All right. So there are our 3 punny cards. Which is your favorite? Just no love for the poor toast. All right, so I am going to whip out an alternative card for you guys. Thanks, Cindy. They did turn out not too bad. I definitely think I would do something different with these elements. I don't think I'm gonna make any more of these. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta follow suit and see what you think. The first 2 are really cute. I agree. I like the first 2. The last one leaves me, you know, satisfactory. All right. Sorry, I had to take a little drink there. All right, I'm going to move these out of the way for now as we move on to our alternative card. Toast and egg for a recipe card. I love it. That is such a brilliant suggestion. All right, let's see. You got lots of supplies left. I mean, obviously there's still 6 more cards to make, but they were generous with the supplies. All right, so for my alternative, let's see here. I don't have enough room. Chris, you didn't make your room big enough. Just kidding. All right, let's get the dimensional backs out of the way because they end up everywhere. Okay, let's see here. I need a card base. I decided to go with a vertical open card. So I have 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Oops. And this is Pool Party. So I think at the onset of the video, I said that I have been using paper pumpkin in alternative ways, not just using the supplies for alternatives, but I've become really inspired by the instruction booklet, like of all places. But on the back here, coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors. So I was using the envelope. Not only am I literally going to use an envelope for this alternative idea, but I was using the envelope kind of as my like basis for color scheme and everything. So I grabbed this envelope because I could not believe how stinking cute this red pattern was. And I was like, huh, what color is this? So I grabbed the info sheet and extrapolated that it was probably Pool Party, grabbed some Pool Party, and lo and behold, there we go. Now, if you like these envelopes, you can not do what I'm about to do and destroy it. You could use a piece of DSP. But dang, I just really, really struggle to put a card in a corresponding envelope because, in my opinion, they end up in the garbage, and that is just really hard for me. So I usually cut up these beautiful envelopes and put them to good use. So the first thing I do is cut it down to a mat size, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay. Just gonna throw away some of these things. Ouch. Okay. Then I'm gonna glue that down. Look at that. Woo, there's my beautiful card. It's Pool Party, all right? Could use all the food and recipe cards for a scrapbook page. That would be cool. I used to scrapbook a lot. I made a beautiful, like 75-page, 5-6 inch thick scrapbook of my college cheerleading days. I was big into cheerleading in college. I really enjoyed it. I met some great people. One of my friends that I'm still very close with, I met on the cheerleading team, squad, whatever you call it these days. And I just made so many memories. So I went ahead and made a quite extensive scrapbook from that. I had a couple other scrapbooks too. I made a scrapbook for my high school prom and didn't end up sticking with the boyfriend, which I mean is kind of the ironic thing of it all. But there's a sneak peek of the alternative card. Woo, did you like it? Then I went ahead and took a thick vanilla, cut it down to 3 by 4 1/4. And then I took a basic gray, okay, thick white, and the basic gray I did at 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. I wanted to keep it not very big so that you could still see some of this beautiful background paper that I made. Oh no, I think I cut the white to the wrong size. Oopsies. Let's see here. Is it 3 by 4? All right. What do I got? Basic gray, 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. Sorry, I was off by a 1/4 inch here. So then this is 3 by 4. All right, back in business. Okay. Then we're going to do some easy watercoloring. So this is a fun and easy technique. Like I said before, My family loves Door County. Anyone at all local to Wisconsin probably knows where Door County, Wisconsin is. It's a beautiful place. Kind of feels really like a getaway. At least that's how I view it. And it is, we have a good, close family friend up there. So I associate a lot of fond memories with Door County. So, Door County is a large cherry producer. So I was extremely excited about the cherry stamp. So I knew I wanted my alternative to center around these cherries. And so that's what I did. So I took basic gray. I wanted something, I didn't want it to be black. So I chose basic gray as my accent color. Just gonna stamp a bunch of cherries all over the place. And then we're gonna do real simple watercoloring to color them in. Now, what I'm going to say about that is you easily could go ahead and use blends. I would not suggest using Stampin' Write markers because they just get so streaky when you color things in with them. But you could easily use blends. But I was looking for more of, hello Alice from Indiana. I was looking for more of a, watercolory look because you look at the background here and it is pretty well got that watercolor feel to it. Thank you so much for sharing. So, I then chose Poppy Parade and Granny Apple Green based on the coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors listed in here. And there are two different ways to get ink for watercoloring. Well, there's a bunch of different ways. But using your stamp pads, you can either smush, put some pressure to push the pad onto the bottom of your stamp, and then you'll get this well of ink in the bottom. I do not like to do that because I am kind of OCD and not liking this whole puddly pool of ink down there. So what I like to do is I like to take one of my blocks and stamp the block onto the pad and then get a pool of ink on there. It's whatever your personal preference is. The benefit to doing it this way, self-admittedly, is not the way that I like to do it, is that this will always be in your stamp pad. You can always use it the next time. Whereas this will just get washed down the drain. So your own personal preference, but this is not my personal preference. However, Chris's stamp pad was already this way, so I'll follow suit and do it that way. Now, usually when you watercolor, you would use watercolor paper. However, I know not everyone has watercolor paper, so I decided to do this on thick white. You definitely could do it on basic white, but you will get the best success in doing a technique like this using a thicker paper. I've seen people use like the shimmer paper when they're watercoloring, or of course the Fluid 100 paper for watercoloring is the best. It gives you the most watercolor feel to it. The color really spreads and moves like a watercolor would and should. I'm largely happy with how this is working out. You're not going to get the really beautiful true watercolor look to it when you're not using a traditional watercolor paper. Holy man, Zaina, we've got 1:30 in the morning. You are doing great for 1:30 in the morning. I'm not a morning person, but I'm definitely not necessarily a night owl either. But I do get most of my most productive work done after I put the kids to bed. So I've kind of conditioned myself to be a night person. Also, my husband works third shift, so I've very much transitioned into that night owl feel since meeting him. But you will see as these cherries are coming together, that they do have a nice filled in colored look to them. That's really what I was going for. If you've been watching along with the Paper Pumpkin, you'll see that Paper Pumpkin sent printed watercolor images of the cherries and the banana and the toast and all that stuff. But once those are gone, they're gone. So I still wanted to be able to emulate that watercolor look and feel even after your supplies are gone. So you can easily accomplish that using your stamp pads and these water painters, which I love. If you follow Cards by Christine at all religiously, and have watched any of my technique videos over the past year, you know that I love watercoloring. I'm going to go clean this out. You can see the bristles got very red, so I'm going to go rinse it under water before I switch to the green. All right, so, dropped my paper towel. Whenever you're doing any type of watercoloring technique, even this, where you're not really even using that much water, you definitely want to have some paper towel nearby because it always comes in handy. So now I'm going to put just a little more water through the bristles, get as much of that pinky color out, then switch to the green. Get some stems, well, not gonna go ahead and color in the stems, but the leaves I'll color in. Love watercolor. I do too. This is not really a creative watercolor at all. I love doing like watercolor washes, watercolor backgrounds. I love like the Brusho crystal watercolors. I love most every type of watercolor. So this is like not super artistic at all, but it's just a good way to color in your cherries and get a nice, I've done a couple of them now, get a nice variated tone to your cherries. So there's your background. If you're not loving this, you also could do a DSP background or like a subtle pattern for your background, but I wanted to use the cherries, so that's what I was going for on this. All right. Now, we've got our card base, we've got our basic gray matte, and we've got our cherry layer. Could glue them together. All righty. Then I wanted, so my objective here was to use this stamp set in a not quite so kitty way. So that's what I had in mind when I was trying to come up with my alternative, because I figured some people would kind of be on the same wavelength as me that just weren't totally digging the puns. Like, yeah, they're cute. Don't know how much I would use that though. So I used the stamp to create this background type feel. And then I looked through the catalog and I identified that these might go really well with the What's Cookin' bundle. So the What's Cookin' bundle is from the annual catalog. And it's got these beautiful, ironically, watercolored cooking elements. It's got a bowl, spoon, spatula, knife, rolling pin, all that good stuff. You know, I should have done the spatula or the spoon, but I didn't. Sorry, guys. And then the What's Cookin' dies, which have cutting board, you know, elements to cut out the stamped image, a whisk, and a spatula. So what I did was, let's see, I die cut out a whisk in basic black, a spatula in basic gray, and a cutting board in crumb cake. Now, crumb cake has this craft paper look to it, but then this die cut also has the wood grain to it, so I love the texture here. My favorite. And then I'm going to bring in some Pool Party. I'm going to bring in a strip that is approximately 1.5 inches wide by the width of that basic gray layer, which is 3 1/8. Okay. Then on the right side, I'm going to use the sentiment from What's Cooking, because I just really, really loved it. It says, sending you a dash of kindness and a spoonful of love. And I'm going to do tone... No, I'm going to bring in that basic gray color, because I have basic gray for the cherries and I have basic gray for the matte layer of the cherries. So I'm going to do sending a dash of kindness and a spoonful of love in basic gray off to the right. All right, get that cleaned up. Okay. Then I'm going to put dimensionals behind this layer. Got to use every valuable part of those dimensionals, right? Okay. The card is a little busy, I will give you that. So with the watercolor circles in the background and then the watercolor cherries on the next layer, maybe it's a little much, but I really wanted to do this. So what do you guys think as this is coming together? Definitely share your ideas or opinions. You won't hurt my feelings if you don't like it. All right, then I'm going to stick down this banner of sorts. It's not really a banner, but somewhere in this area. Loving it. Well, I'm glad to hear that. So as I was prepping, you know, I have a limited amount of time and I need to get on at 6 o'clock. I started to have some more ideas coming up and I just was like, no, you got to commit to it. Like, it's time to go live. And so I don't know. I didn't know if I was loving it or not. So I think I'm going to put dimensionals behind this guy too. Very cute. Well, I'm glad that it's going over well. I didn't know if I was trying to accomplish too many things, doing the watercoloring technique and everything, but just, I'm serious. The entire reason I made this card was so that I could use the cherries. Oh, you guys are probably going to think I'm pretty silly. Oh no, I have a dimensional stuck to my scissor. Okay. I'm going to put my cutting board a little bit off the edge here because I want to have enough room that the sentiment doesn't seem like smushed. So I'm going to hang it over the edge a little bit. And then, oh, look at that cute cherry emoji. I love it. I'm going to glue down my spatula. So I was thinking you also could use this, you know, if you're using this What's Cooking in combination with the Paper Pumpkin kit, you could make a really cool banana bread card. You guys got me thinking. With the bananas in the background. And then like the rolling pin stamp and the measuring cups. Oh my God, someone do that. I want to see it. Okay, so we've got our whisk and our spatula on our cutting board. And then, as promised, and I'm sorry, I don't remember who asked about the, what am I thinking about here? Bow maker. But as promised, I'm going to use the bow maker for my alternative card if I can find my linen thread. I'm going to use the basic white linen thread, and I'm going to make a double bow here. So what you're going to do is get, I don't know, a good 12, 18 inches of linen thread. If you are right-handed, I don't know how to use this if you're left-handed, so maybe try to massage it around in your brain if you're left-handed. Hold the end, hold the tail in your left hand. Put it behind your two nails with your right hand. Pull it in front of the two nails and behind the two nails. So now I'm making a double bow here, and that's why I did the double loop. Then take your tails, pull your loose tail beneath your tight tail, the tail that's either attached to the longer end or, in this case, still the spool, and then tie it over your bow and under your bow, and then take it, again, your loose tail, and tie it together to hold it tight. Now, Chris probably has a much more well-versed description of how to use the bow maker. And she does have a video that talks to you about how to use your bow maker. But that is how it makes sense in my brain. So that is how I made my double bow. So that is a preview of how to use the bow maker for whomever is interested in messaging Chris about purchasing the bow maker. All right. Then I am going to use a glue dot at the base of the whisk to attach my double bow. That's my card. I also decorated the inside. So here was my sample card that I put together. Learned some things while making it. I started with a soft suede cutting board. I thought it was too heavy, so I switched to crumb cake. And I did stamping on and stamping off on the cherries, which I just didn't really like how it ended up looking. So I kind of changed a couple things around, but I want to show off the inside because I didn't prep the supplies for the inside. So I stamped from the Paper Pumpkin kit the You Are Cherry Sweet because I figured with the sentiment on the outside, sending a dash of kindness and a spoonful of love, it would probably be a thank you card. So You Are Cherry Sweet, and I put the cherries on the inside. So that is the alternative card that I came up with. If you didn't catch it earlier, my intention here was to use the stamps because, you know, when your Paper Pumpkin kit is all gone, you do still have the stamp set left. So what do you do with this very punny stamp set that maybe could be used in a more, dare I say, mature or sophisticated way, not quite so childish? And I thought pairing it with the What's Cooking stamp set was just a natural fit. So in the end, I'm pretty happy with how it all came together. So everyone that's been hanging out since the beginning, what is your feeling about the card kit? I know we had some pretty mixed reviews off the get-go. Has anyone kind of changed their mind or grown to like it in the end? You know what? This dried so much nicer than it looked as it was drying, so I'm really glad I did that. Thanks, Susan. Actually, thanks, everyone. Like yours much better than Stampin' Up's. Well, yeah, this kit took a little bit. I've seen it, well, they gave a peek of it back in November. I think. I'm not positive. And right off the bat, I just didn't know. And even when I got it, and, you know, no longer sneaks, I'm seeing all of the products, I still wasn't loving it. I've grown to love it in the last 2 hours a lot more than I did when I first opened the box. Still not my favorite Paper Pumpkin of all time. I will go right out there and say that. But I definitely can see myself using it now that I've played with it some more. So I hope this has helped some of you that didn't love it right off the bat find a use for it, or find it to be not quite as scary or intimidating or ridiculously crazy as you maybe originally thought. So, you are cherry sweet. Oh, I love it. They're really cute. Yours is much better. You know, I will say, still not something I want, but would love to receive a card made by someone else. Oh, Kathy, maybe you'll get one. Do you want my loaf card? Just kidding. This isn't mine. These are Chris's cards. She puts them on display in the hive. But, yeah, I'll say it this way. There are elements to each that I like, even if for this one it's just the cute smiley egg and the nice envelope. But there are elements to each of them that I like, and I do actually really like the alternative that I came up with. So, all right, guys, I'm going to clean up and head on home to my kiddos that I'm sure are missing me. But thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you guys had a good time, a punny time, playing with some bananas and cherries and toast and eggs and some punny sentiments, and making some cards with me tonight. So you will catch Chris tomorrow with a Tip Tuesday. Thursday, I'm actually going to be showing off, spoiler alert, I'm going to be showing off this card again with the easy watercoloring for the Cards by Christine subscribers that don't, maybe catch the paper pumpkin, so that they can check out an easy watercolor technique. Like I said, I love watercoloring, so I talk about it all the time. And then you'll catch Chris for some live card making later this week on Thursday. So I hope you all have a wonderful night, and we will see you later.